Hi guys, so today we are going to be learning how to prepare a Cameroonian delicacy from the southwest region of Cameroon known as EKWANG. You want to come with me and let's learn. Let's go. So we have our cocoyam that has already been grinded. We have freshly washed cocoyam leaves. We also have our crayfish, which we are going to be using. We have our smoked fish, and we have our palm oil that we are going to be using. Okay, in this plate we have our salt that we're going to use, pepper, Maggi crevette, we have 1 onion, we have the bebe, that's the grounded ginger, we have country onion, and we have garlic. So that's what we have on our plate. So at this point I was just rubbing up the cocoyam into the cocoyam leaves. So that was just what I was doing at this point, having the cocoyam being wrapped into the cocoyam leaves. I didn't start the recording from the moment when I began the process, but fortunately you guys are doing it with me now. So let's wrap together. Having this cocoyam being wrapped is the most difficult process of cooking EKWANG. Yes, it's very strenuous. So at this point I was done. Yes, I will say I was done, because the leaves I had there were torn. So I was done rubbing the quantity I needed. That was what was left in the pot. So I'm just going to put it in a bowl and then store it in the freezer. It could be there for some time. Maybe when next I want to prepare EKWANG, I'm just going to defrost and then use it. I just had to rinse the dirty things I had on the sink, the ones I have already used. My kitchen is not very big and my working space too is not very big, so I just had to get those things off to create more space to work. Yeah. So as you can see, I was done cleaning my little space that I have available. It looks more neat now and I have some space to work in. So I added some water into the pot. I added some water into the pot and then turn on my gas cooker. I had to turn it on. For me, the water wasn't enough, so I added some more water into the pot so that it could cook very well. Added some more water. You see, that's the water I'm adding, the second portion of water. I went into putting my fish. Some people will use maybe kanda, dried meat, but there's this taste you get when you cook your ekwang with smoked fish or your dried fish. Maybe you want to put even bonga there, you want to put even mololo. So I went into adding my onion. This onion that you saw, I partitioned it into two. My eyes were paining. I partitioned the onion into two. I didn't use the entire full onion. So our pot has been on the fire for close to 30 to 35 minutes. So I had to check on it. I always take time to cook my ekwang because I don't want it to get itchy in the mouth. Yes, a combination of cocoyam and cocoyam leaves is not something you should be in a haste to cook. So I went ahead and added the dry spices, that's the country onion and the bebe that I blended. I added my powdered ginger. So I'm just going to add in every other spice that is supposed to go into this pot. So I added my maggi. For this pot I'm using 3 maggi crevettes. If you don't eat too much of maggi, then you might want to reduce it to 2. But whatever food I'm cooking, most of the time, like 3 maggi is the maximum that I always put, like the maximum that I always put in my food. So it just depends on you. That's if you want less or you want more to make your food to be tasty. So I added all the 3 maggi into the food. Then went ahead to add a little bit of water because the ekwang was looking dried. So I wanted a bit of sauce in the ekwang, so that's the reason why I added a bit of water. I don't like my ekwang too watery. That still would depend on you. If you want your ekwang to be very much watery, you can add more water, but I don't like my ekwang too watery. So right now I'm just adding the onion, the pepper and the garlic that I blended together. I just added it into the pot and gave it a little bit of stir. Don't stir your food too hard, if not you're going to have the ekwang all scattered into the pot. So give a gentle stir. When you want to give a stir, give a gentle stir. You will notice that the quality of the video here dropped because while I was doing this video, Eneyo took the lights. That's Cameroon for us. So there was no light at this point when I was recording. I added the oil and then into my pot was the salt. When I wanted to wrap this ekwang, before wrapping it into the cocoyam leaves, I actually added salt into that cocoyam. So I'm adding that salt at the end now to just complement what I already added at the beginning. So we had our crayfish. I'm putting the crayfish last because I still want to have that fresh smell of that crayfish. I don't want the smell of the crayfish to be entirely lost in the food. As always, clean your environment while cooking. I don't clean after cooking, I clean while cooking so that I don't get to do so much after I'm done cooking. I was already so hungry, like I could not wait for the food to get ready. I was already so hungry at this point. I was using my last strength to do this part of this video. At some point I wanted to even stop recording, but I was like, Vicky, you can do this, you started already, so get it done and over with. So I was just using the last strength I had in me to do this. So after I put everything into the pot, I just allowed it to simmer a little, yeah, so that every other ingredient could integrate into each other. You know, could get into the ekwang properly. So our food was almost ready. Yeah, our food was almost ready. If if you're a lover of ekwang and you have been watching right up to this point, let me see your comment in the comment section. Or if you are learning how to cook ekwang and you came across this video, drop a comment in the comment section. So it's one food I cook a lot in my house because I love this food. Everything was okay, everything was in place in the right amount and quantity, just as I wanted. Baby girl was just tasting and tasting and tasting the food non-stop. Una know that kind mommy way eat cook taste chop saute before you want chef of beginning chop already finished now. That was me right now. Yes, I was just tasting and tasting. Anyway, our food was ready, so let's share the food. I was just dishing out the food. Chop I go chop people wey know me say would laugh after they hear that statement, say chop I go chop because me and chop no be fair friend. Okay, our ekwang was looking yummy. Second plate going down. Second plate going down. The first one was for my daughter and I'm taking the second plate. Oh, I could not wait to eat because I was so hungry. See, mommy and picking it on balance the chop. Enjoy the rest of the video, my darlings. Enjoy the rest of the video. Ekwang got ready the chop. Bye guys. Do well to like, comment, subscribe and share. Don't forget to hit the notification button. Until next time again.